Only 2 games to go, and a recent run of good form means we're back in the top 4 and Champions League qualification is in our own hands. Can we do it? Stay tuned to find out. Hello and welcome to Club 6, episode 7 of The Pilgrimage. My name is Jamie. Coming up on today's episode, I've got 2 games for you. The final 2 games of the season, at home to Parma and away to Bologna. And since you were last with me, we've been in nearly perfect form. The only drop points, a 2-2 draw away to Napoli. So let's get straight into the action and show you the Parma game. And the team for that game is Gasperini in goal, back 4 of Skriniar, Omobamidele, Buongiorno and Dest, Shotard at the base of midfield, Barella and Sambi Lokonga ahead of him, Colombo on the right, Doku on the left, Raspadori up front. Let's submit the team and go and give a team talk. Okay, the assistant manager is recommending, the media have given you a lot of credit lately, go out there and put on a worthy display. I think we disagree with that. We pump the fists and tell them we've been on a good run lately, go out there and impress me. And that's had a slightly underwhelming effect. But we'll go into the tunnel and answer the tunnel questions. How do you reflect on the club's very successful journey since you first took over? We're realising our potential and seeing the rewards for all our hard work. So we can book a place in the Champions League competition proper with a win here. Are we confident of seeing it through and getting the required result? Put ourselves in the best possible position. Have faith we'll see it through. Milan Skriniar has been in good form of late and starts again today. How happy have you been? He's playing very well and I'm excited about how he's been impacting our play. And that's it, we're into the match, so let's kick off and see if we can get the result we want. We've got a kick-off highlight this time. Lokonga to Dest, Doku, infield to Raspadori, finds Dest again, who goes over the top. Doku is in, and Doku finds the back of the net. 20 seconds on the watch, and we're already 1-0 up. And let's watch the replay of this one. So Raspadori plays it back for Dest, who chips it over the top. Doku on the half volley, in off the underside of the crossbar. Inter Milan 1. And Parma 0. Okay, Gasperini launches it. Raspadori's under it. Doesn't manage to make it stick. Benitez to Milani. Back to Musso. He's under pressure and Raspadori's robbed it from him. He's in on goal and Raspadori doesn't miss those chances. There's only 2 minutes gone, we're 2-0 up already. I won't bother with a replay on that one. We'll go straight into the rest of the action. So we're 2 up against a Parma side that are 11th in the league. And there's only 5 minutes gone. Skriniar into Barella to Shotard, Omobamidele back to the goalkeeper, Buongiorno to Sambi Lokonga. He finds Doku. Doku's ball over the top for Raspadori. This time the goalkeeper makes the save and Raspadori makes sure it goes out for the corner. And it'll be an outswinger from Barella. It's headed away. And Mutiu brings it over halfway and he's advancing on the penalty area, finds Mihaya and it's cleared. Doku brings it down the left hand side, finds Dest, and the highlight comes to an end. We're still only 10 minutes into the match. Milani into Benitez, Mutiu, back to Monticchio. He goes all the way back to Russo, who launches it. Omobamidele wins the header, finds Colombo. Raspadori hits the post, and Musso clears the loose ball into touch. And we're just past the 10-minute mark, and it's all Inter Milan at the moment. Shotard loses out there though. Koku to Marchage, Mutiu to Milani, Benitez into Koku, but we've won it back. Dest on the left hand side finds Doku, back to Dest, infield to Sambi Lokonga. Doku, it's out wide to Dest again, who crosses, and the header comes off the post and is then pushed away by the keeper, and the highlight comes to an end. Russo with the goal kick, Buongiorno underneath it, Sambi Lokonga back to Buongiorno, Omobamidele, Barella to Colombo, Colombo's ball through, Raspadori takes a touch and is tackled, and the ball goes out for a throw-in, and the highlight ends. So we have totally dominated the game so far. 4 shots on target already, Parma yet to even have a shot. And as it stands, we're 6 points clear with 2 games to go, and that's a penalty. I don't know who's going to take the penalty. It's bound to be a pen. It is. And it is Barella with the spot kick. He beats the keeper. Probably not quite the penalty I was hoping for, but it's a good one nonetheless. It's in the back of the net. 24 minutes gone. It's into 3, Parma 0. Yeah, he goes more or less straight down the middle, but quite high. Keeper just can't quite get there. And that, as good as wraps up the win, even though we're still in the first half and only just over the half-hour mark. And it's a free kick, Raspadori with it, round the wall, and he's found the back of the net, and it is 4-0 to Inter Milan. Raspadori with his second of the match. We won't bother with the replay, we'll just go straight on. And we are going to be, after this match, confirmed as qualifying for next season's Champions League, which is excellent news. Gasparini to Omobamidele, into Barella, Colombo, back to Barella, he gives the ball away. Marchage plays it forward for Mihala. Marchage, they've won it back. Benitez with the header, but Gasparini clutches hold of it and launches it over halfway. Monticchio, but Barella's won it back, plays it over the top for Raspadori, who takes a touch and then finds the back of the net. His hat-trick, 5th goal for Inter Milan in this first half. Inter Milan 5, Parma 0. I will watch the replay on this one. Barella's ball over the top, so Raspadori takes one touch with his right to put it in front of him, and then with that same right foot finishes across the goalkeeper. And as I say, we're now 5-0 up, still in the first half. Russo with the clearance, we've won it back though. Sambi Lokonga, but they then win it back. Musso to Milani, back to Musso, Monticchio, ball forward, Koku loses out to Buongiorno, Lokonga to Doku, Raspadori to Colombo, Raspadori, and that is another goal for for Raspadori. And it's Inter Milan 6, Parma 0. And we're still in the first half. This is a quite stunning take apart of a not terrible Parma team. Russo prevents it from getting even worse for them. Into stoppage time, there's 3 minutes of that. Barella with the corner. It's headed away. Raspadori will collect. I'd rather he was in the area to be on the end of any cross. But he's provided a decent cross, which is cleared. Shotard wins it back. Barella into the area. And that will be a corner. And it's Barella with it. Outswinger. The header is straight at Russo, who makes a comfortable save. And that is half-time. It's Inter Milan 6, Parma 0. Let's go and speak to the lads in the dressing room. We're going to outstretch the arms. What a 45 minutes that was. You've blown them away. Start the second half. I don't think we need a substitution at half-time. So Raspadori with 4 goals. Doku and Barella with the other 2. So, in terms of a substitute, Sami Lokonga is going to be the first one to come off. And the man to come on is going to be Alfredo Lopez. Joining him in making an early exit from the game is going to be Shotard, our defensive midfielder, and Vapinski will replace him. And then the remaining sub will leave until we're inside the last 15 minutes. It's Oristanio. Curling shot is just wide. And it remains 6-0. We're just over the hour mark. Gasparini plays it short to Bongiorno. Omobamidele into Barella. Back to Vapinski. Bongiorno to Lopez. Doku on the left, ball over the top. Raspadori is in behind. He's rounded the goalie, and Giacomo Raspadori makes it 7-0 to Inter Milan, and gets his 5th of the match. A quite stunning total. I think we absolutely give Giacomo Raspadori the chance to get a standing ovation. And Vapinski can't finish it. Omobamidele's offside. And Doku to Lopez. Raspadori plays it through. Colombo. And it's in the arms of Russo after it was charged down by a defender. I think now we absolutely take Raspadori off. And it doesn't much matter who we bring on. We'll bring on Luis Diaz. And then we'll just do a little bit of a shift around up front. We'll put Doku up front. Doku can certainly play there. He's not brilliant at it, but he can certainly do a job there for us. And we're 7-0 up anyway, so now is definitely the time to do that kind of experimentation. Edu to Monticchio. Monticchio's ball forward to Mihala. And it's charged down. Gasparini eventually gets it clear with the help of his defence. And the highlight comes to an end. Just want to hold on now, keep a clean sheet. We don't need to go chasing any more goals. It's been an absolutely ridiculous display of goal scoring, particularly from Raspadori. And we've won it back. Lopez into Doku to Colombo. And Edu has got himself sent off, I think. Yes, he has. He's off, Mike Edu. And the free kick is taken by Barella, who puts it into the area. Verbinski to Omobamidele, who gets too much height on it. And that is full time. It ends Inter Milan 7, Parma 0. I'll be back in a moment with the second match of today's episode. Okay, time now for the second match of today's episode and the final game of the season as we travel to play Bologna away from home, and they are already relegated, so have nothing to play for, and this is the team that's going to go there and try and compound their misery. It is Gasparini in goal, back four of Skriniar, Omobamidele, Buongiorno and Dest, Shotard at the base of midfield, Barella and Sambi Lokonga ahead of him, Colombo and Doku on the wings, Raspadori up front. So let's submit the team and go and give a team talk. Okay, the assistant is recommending, I think we need to show everyone their recent praises justified, put on a real show here. I'm not sure about this one. I think we should pile on the misery. So let's pump the fists and say that. And let's go into the tunnel for a tunnel interview. Are you hopeful of a performance? If we play to the levels I know we're capable of, we'll be fine. How hard have you found the recent fixture list? It's been okay. There are no easy games, and that's how we view things. Preparation's everything. You may feel you know what to expect from Bologna. Can you see them employing any tactical surprises? I'm not expecting anything unusual. We know who we're up against. Okay, let's get straight into the match, and we're underway. So we'll look for the early signs of how the match is going. We've had the first corner of the match, but still no shots yet. And possession wise, in fact we don't get to see that yet. Everson with the Bologna goal kick. We've won it back. Doku down the left hand side. Plays it back to Shotard. Shotard into Raspadori. He plays it to Colombo. And Raspadori gets the return but shoots wide. So it's now Oxford into Aguadello. Shotard gets it clear, but only as far as Piquerez. Garcia, Piquerez with the cross. Omobamidele heads it clear. Miranda, and they are in, but there's going to be a question mark about offside here against Danny Gomez, and it is offside. I thought it looked offside the first time I saw it, and we'll see the replay. It's tight, but he is offside, so we have somewhat got away with one there. Right, let's demand more. There's no way we should be doing anything other than winning this game, and we're not even close to doing that so far. Raspadori into Shotard, and Shotard loses out. Gomez, so Danny Gomez over halfway up to the penalty area, pulls it back. Dest clears. Doku back to Dest again into Buongiorno. Omobamidele into Barella. Barella to the left hand side and Doku, who finds Lokonga. Shotard over the top. Raspadori, and he scores from the tightest of angles for his 37th of the season. I don't think we need to watch a replay. There's nothing on this game in terms of league position for either of us. They're going down and we're guaranteed fourth place, so There's literally nothing riding on it. The only thing is that they could potentially overtake the team above them in the table and finish as the best of the relegated teams, but that's it. Holding back to Acoli, into Agudelo, holding again, back to Everson, who goes for the long ball forward. Omar Bamadili to Sambi Lakonga, Shotard to Barella to the right hand side, and Colombo into Sambi Lakonga, plays it on for Doku, who's hit the post, and Everson panic clearance into the stands for a throw-in, but the highlight comes to an end. Now we are well on top and deserve to be ahead. So Barella's free kick in. Doku heads it towards goal but is offside. And we are coming up to the half-hour mark. Omar Bamadili's picked up an injury, which is less than ideal. Barella to the left-hand side and Doku inside to Lakonga. Colombo picks up the cross, plays it back, but it's intercepted by Miranda. Garcia to Barrow. Barella couldn't get a challenge in. Garcia back to Holding. Acoli to Oxford. Into Orsolini. Back to Agudelo. And Skriniar picks up the clearance. Breda to Skriniar. Into Sambi Lakonga. Forward for Colombo. Back to Skriniar. Sambi Lakonga with an absolute thunderbolt makes it 2-0 on almost exactly half an hour. So it's Bologna 0, Inter Milan 2. And that about wraps it up for both of us. Napoli are level, so even if they were to fall behind, we will remain in 4th position. But I can only imagine that Roma must be winning. They're winning 3-0 against Verona. Raspadori's free kick, headed away by Orsolini. Shotard to Barella. Skriniar into Omar Bamadili. Sambi Lakonga, it's headed away though. Orsolini back to Agudelo. Oxford into Orsolini. Doku makes the challenge, doesn't win the ball. Garcia to Miranda to Oxford, and he finds Orsolini. Back to Agudelo. Oxford again. He's lost out to Sambi Lakonga. Sambi Lakonga down the left hand side, back to Shotard into Doku. Back for Barella into Sambi Lakonga, his cross, and Colombo with an absolute bullet of a header. Defenders are appealing for offside, I'm not sure, in all honesty. VAR is about to deliver its verdict, and the goal is given. It is 3-0 to Inter. So we don't need to see the replay of that. We'll go in at half time in just a moment. 3 goals to the good. And we'll take Omar Bamadili off at half time. I didn't do it before that because it's the last game of the season and he's able to carry on, so we might as well leave him on as long as possible. So Shotard to Barella to Colombo into Raspadori, but he loses out. Agudelo to Acoli. Oxford to Orsolini. Orsolini back to Oxford. Sambi Lakonga puts in a challenge, but Oxford gets the pass away. Miranda into Dani Gomez. Back to Garcia. He finds Agudelo. Ball forward to Dani Gomez. Keeper makes a brilliant save, but Bologna will have a corner, which is likely to be the last significant chance of the first half. It's crossed in, it's headed away. Doku doesn't manage to complete the clearance, but the shot from the Bologna player is well off target, and that is half time. It's Bologna 0, Inter Milan 3. So we'll go in there and drop some praise. So outstretch the arms. I'm happy with the number of shots on target. Keep it up. And let's get Omabamidele off, as he is carrying an injury. We'll bring on probably DiMarco. In fact, not DiMarco. Vapinski possibly. Yeah, Vapinski it is. So he's going to come on. And let's get into the dressing room. We've already done the team talk, so we'll send them straight out for the second half with an encourage for company. Okay. I'm thinking the second sub probably ought to be Barella, but I'll try and wait as long as possible in case anybody else starts tiring. Barella definitely looks like the one. He's on a yellow card as well, so we'll take off we'll bring on Alfredo Lopez for Barella. Dani Gomez brings it over halfway for Bologna, plays it back to Garcia into Agudelo, Barrow to Gomez. Barrow with the shot, picks out the corner, and it is Bologna 1, Inter Milan 3. So we will need to up our game in the remainder of the match. I think we will make that second change now. In fact, we've already made 2. We won't make the third one just yet. Raspadori with the free kick. Everson makes the save to keep the score at 3-1. It's launched, but Buongiorno's under it. Colombo plays it to Doku on the left hand side. Doku to Sambi Lokonga. Back to Dest, into Lopez. Shotard to Dest, to Lokonga. Doku to Sambi Lokonga. Dest, Shotard with the effort, just over the top. And the highlight comes to an end, so we will encourage and keep an eye on the fitness levels of the players. And I don't think I need to make any changes just yet, but we'll go. Who will we be taking off? Probably Buongiorno in a few minutes time, and I think the player to come on will be probably DiMarco. In fact, maybe I'm having second thoughts. No, Doku I think might be a better choice. He's struggling a little bit, but Colombo gets on the end of Doku's cross. I am going to take Doku off, and we're going to bring on who are we going to bring on? Let's have a look. Luis Diaz is going to be the one to come on, so we'll bring him on now. There's just over 10 minutes left in the match, and we're holding on comfortably to a 3-1 lead, and looking like just seeing the game out with no further incident. So less than 5 minutes to go now, and still 3-1, although it is a Bologna highlight this time. Oxford gets it back and manages the cross, but the header from Orsolini straight at Gasparini, our goalkeeper. He launches it, or does he? No, it goes short in the end. Vapinski to Buongiorno to the left, and Dest into Luis Diaz. Diaz goes for the ball over the top. Raspadori cannot get there. Holding beats him to it. Everson's clearance over halfway. Miranda is under it. Cherlinov to Orsolini. And it ends up in the arms of Gasparini. So into the last minute. And there's 4 added minutes signalled by the 4th official. We're halfway through that already. And into the final minute. Still 3-1. And that should just about be full time. Just awaiting the full time whistle. There we go. Bologna 1, Inter Milan 3, the final score. I'll see you in a moment to show you the final league table and to tell you what's coming up on the next episode. Okay then, time now to take a look at the league table, and as you can see we have finished the season in 4th place in the league with 22 wins, 11 draws and just 5 defeats from our 38 matches, none of which have come since I took charge of the club. They'd lost all 5 of those games before I arrived, so we've managed to go unbeaten for the rest of the season and qualify for the Champions League. So let's have a look then at what is coming up on the next episode, and given that we're at the end of the season, it's going to be the transfer special and the pre-season edition. So if you've enjoyed that, please leave a nice thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for Monday to Friday Football Manager videos. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and goodbye.